Findlay, Ohio at Chamberlain Hill Intermediate School in my third grade classroom with Mrs. Lewis. I remember sitting at a desk with my best friend Alicia when all the teachers started freaking out, and finally they turned on the TVs and we watched as the second tower fell. And it was just awful. They let us out early. Everybody was a mess, but we were so young we didn't really remember. But I'll always remember the day.
So on 9/11, I was in the 6th grade, and nobody told our class what was going on, and so everybody kept leaving, and our class thought it was funny because everybody just kept leaving class, like their parents took them home. And so our last period of the day, they told us what happened when we watched the news, and none of us really understood what was going on. When I got home, and my mom kind of explained it to me that there was 2 buildings and what had happened and everything, but it still didn't really register. So my English class actually wrote journals, and every week we'd kind of go over and reflect on everything and kind of what was happening in our world. And so it was a good experience to kind of relieve, any kind of stressors in our lives and stuff. On 9/11, I remember someone told me that 2 planes had crashed into a building, and I kept thinking, what idiots, how do you not see a building in front of you? How do you not see it? So I was really confused, and no one really explained it to me until I got home. And my mom was almost in tears, and she told me about how she almost pulled me out of school because all of this craziness. And then I saw the video, and I realized what was happening, and I was so terrified that I slept in my parents' room that night, and I haven't forgotten 9/11.
On 9/11/2001, I was in the 4th grade, and I remember the teacher from down the hall coming on our planning period and telling my teacher, Miss New, to turn on the TV, and it was on every channel, and we saw the first tower crash and the second tower get hit. I also remember them canceling school and letting everyone go home early, just because everyone was scared and didn't know what happened. To the 3rd plane that ended up crashing into a field, and that's what I remember of 9/11/2001.
Alright, so basically during 9/11, I was in the 4th grade, and we just had it was between the beginning of the day and lunch, and it was during my math class, and our teacher just stopped everything. I got a phone call and stopped everything and turned on the TV, and basically right there we just watched a lot of it happen, and then they ended up canceling school, and from then on it just we went home, and then I remember watching with my parents, and that was about it. It was definitely really devastating, really sad. Every time I hear about it, this Sunday we had a video we saw in church about it, and it just it's really a big, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's really just makes you sad, and kind of makes you angry that they did that. But there's always hope, and I feel like that we're just building as the future goes on, as we go on, that we're just going to build off of it and just become stronger as a nation and bond together off of that. And at the time, it sucked, but 10 years from now, now it just seems like that we've bonded together and we're even stronger. So there we go.
I was going out to lunch with my teacher, and my teacher's name was Mr. Riva, and he had this thing called Riva Rewards, and if you earned so many Riva Rewards, then he would take you out to lunch to McDonald's. So he was taking me out to lunch to McDonald's, and we heard on the radio that the planes went into the Twin Towers, and he immediately told me, he's like, I'm sorry, I know you won this thing. I'll take you out some more time, but we have to go back to the room right now." We got back to the room and they're calling every single kid down to the office, and I was wondering what was going on. Like fourth grade, and I was worried because my mom hadn't called me yet, and I was worried that something happened. And every single kid, I was left with me and these other two kids in my room, and just sitting there worried the rest of the day, just because I didn't know what happened. So that's about it. It's my story.